Tip number 1 when working with foam board. When you're gluing one piece to another, make sure to remove the paper first. The paper will come off later, creating a weak link in the chain. If you have a taped joint or any area that you cannot remove the paper from before you glue the pieces together, just drag a utility knife or razor blade over the paper to make a line, but not too deep to where you cut all the way through the foam. Then you can just tear it along that line and remove the rest of the paper. If the paper lifts up, just put some hot glue under it and then smear it with a scrap piece of foam. Tip number 2. Like the last tip, when you're gluing two pieces together, especially if one piece is curved, just put glue on a small portion of the edge of the foam. And do it little section at a time. It's easier to line up and glue a small section than it is a large section. Tip number 3. Creating a bend in the foam. It's also best done by removing the paper first. Then I just take a ruler or something and find your line. You might want to make a line first if you like, and then push down on it, creating a crease, and therefore you have now an elbow or a hinge line that's easier to bend and easier to glue. Tip number 4. Don't be afraid to apply the hot glue liberally so that it squeezes out the sides. And then you take a scrap piece of foam and smear the excess off, therefore widening the contact area and improving the strength of the joint. Tip number 5. Dry fit your pieces first before you glue them in place so you know how it's going to go in and which way you need to pull and where you need to add glue. Make sure you look for all the contact points so you know all the proper places to place the glue. Tip number 6. Once your pieces are glued together, run another bead of glue where the two pieces of foam meet, and then smear it off with an extra piece of foam like we did in the other tip. That'll again increase the strength of the joint. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Click on my logo to subscribe, and click on the video to the lower right of your screen if you'd like to watch the full maiden flight of the FA-18.